Hey, it's Ivana. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to share the 5 mistakes I made when trying to make my habits stick. Now, again, this is probably not groundbreaking stuff. I just find like when you make the same mistakes repeatedly, you tend to just learn better. And this is where I'm currently at. So through my habit career of trying to implement stuff, trying to make changes, not figuring out what the hell was not working out, I came upon the theme of things that I was doing wrong. Not once, not twice, but many a times. So many times I have lost track. So the first thing I have done, or was very notorious for doing, is going too hard too fast. I mentioned in other videos that I've definitely had issues with perfectionism and overthinking and all of that, and it's great to have high expectations of yourself. It's just sometimes you think you can take on a lot more than you actually can. And the most recent thing that I had found was my transition from a regular gym to a CrossFit gym. And in my mind, I was like, the word gym is there. It shouldn't be that hard. So I went from working out 4 to 5 days a week. Also having done fitness competitions in the past. So I prided myself on the fact that I was an athlete and I could handle weights. And so when I transitioned over, I was excited for different types of exercises, more cardio stuff. And so I really didn't give myself a grace period to learn a little bit. And I was on ramp, I guess I'll do it because I have to, but I didn't feel like I needed it. Turns out I did need it. And I started signing up for class after class because I was I just want to keep a schedule. I don't want to fall behind. I want to, get maximum results. And I had booked 4 classes in the same week. And I found that by the time I rolled up to the last one, the 4th class, my body was so sore, I couldn't do anything. I was barely moving. I was just there. I was just showing up. And I had to take a full week off after that, regroup, be all right, you clearly can't handle it. You got handled, if anything. You need to calm down and maybe start off slower. So going too hard, too fast, yes, definitely done that more than once. Doing too much. I feel like many of us, including me, treat when we're trying to, implement new changes, it's we treat it like a TV package. All of these channels are included. You can't take anything out. When it's I can't just start with one thing. I'm all right, well, I'm going to get up early and I'm also going to eat right, but then I'm also going to read 10 pages or why stop at 10? I can read 20. I'm going to drink all these liters of water and I'm also going to get to bed at time. And I'm also you try to add so much stuff. It's trying to solidify any one thing is next to impossible. You're everywhere, scattered, and of course nothing is working out, right? So you're not making anything stick, and all you do, and every time you want to start doing something, you're all right, let's go back to the package. It's all the things. It's either I don't do any of them or I do it all. And I've had to learn to just be listen, pick 1, maybe 2 things and just stay on that. And until you feel you're solid, don't bother adding anything else on. Something even with these videos, I go to work, I come and do the videos and maybe 1 or 2 other things. There's not a whole heck of a lot else that I can do, right? on top of what I'm doing. So when I get asked so, besides the videos, what do you do? And I'm nothing. Nothing. I am trying to be good at one thing, hence I have to put effort into it. I can't be putting my efforts into everything. So focusing on just 1 or 2 things is probably the best. My 3rd thing was assuming that everything's gonna go to plan. I don't really know anyone who sits there and fantasizes a little bit about what it's gonna be when they achieve their goal, when they get to where they're trying to go. No one anticipates that they're gonna break a leg or that they're gonna getting swamped at work and now you're gonna be staying there more. No one anticipates that you're gonna try something and it's not gonna work out. We always think everything's gonna work out fine, which means that we don't have a plan or even a thought put into what you're going to do when things start going sideways. And things start going a little sideways, you're oh my God, I don't know what to do. And you're folding, right? So you're kind of abandoning everything you started because you're I only got up to this level. I don't know how to proceed after. So having some kind of a plan, a little bit at least, to get through some of the kinks has been very helpful. The 4th one, which I wasn't even aware I fully needed until I kind of read up a little bit on it, was accountability. I'm one of those lone wolf, I'm an island, I don't need anybody type of people, for the most part, especially when it comes to these little things. Don't know why exactly, I don't really share a lot about the small things I'm trying to do. Maybe there's maybe there's like a little bit of embarrassment. I don't want people to know that I've struggled in this area, that I need to work on this. Maybe I think that nobody else needs to do this, so like I shouldn't have to share that. Maybe I don't want to ask for help, whatever it is. I was never the one to share what I was working on. And so because nobody knew, I wasn't keeping myself accountable. I wasn't even writing anything down. That lack of like looking in on things would usually lead to me only sticking to things for a little bit and then just kind of dwindling off because nobody was checking up on me. So now that I've realized, I'm like, this is actually a huge thing for me. Like if I have that, literally nothing can stop me. Like I can get through anything. So having that in my life whenever I'm trying to make any kind of changes or like trying to get to where I'm trying to go has been hugely helpful. And the last one is doing things that are completely unsustainable. Like it doesn't matter if it's like eating habits, if it's like trying to sleep like 5 hours a night knowing damn well that's not how many hours I need. It's like trying to plan stuff that like makes no sense has also taught me that like this is not a longevity type of thing. Like you can maybe run for a little bit on, not enough sleep, maybe specific type of diet, maybe, working out a specific amount of time, maybe, working on a project X amount of hours a day, but you can't do that forever. And so now I'm like, every time I want to start something, I'm like, is this the best way for me to do it? And can I continue to do it in like a year or 5 from now? Like, can I start with this and maintain it? And if my answer is like, probably not, then I might have to start, already thinking about a different way to go about it. So those are the 5 lessons I've learned. Let me know if you found this helpful or if you've also found yourself doing very similar things. And if you like the videos I'm putting out, subscribe and there'll be more coming out.